The Keeper of Blue Whispers. The city of Oakhaven never saw the sun. It lived in a perpetual twilight of charcoal clouds and a thin, needle-like rain that tasted of copper. Elias moved through the alleys like a smudge of ink on a damp page, his heavy trench coat trailing behind him. He wasn't looking for a person, he was looking for the weight they carried. He reached a door with no sign, only a faint, pulsing hum that vibrated in the soles of his boots. Elias turned the heavy brass key. Inside, the air was thick with the smell of ozone and old glass. This was his sanctuary, the place where the heavy things went to rest. The walls were lined with shelves that stretched into the darkness of the ceiling. Thousands of jars sat in neat rows, each one glowing with a cold, sapphire light. Inside the glass, dark shadows swirled like trapped smoke, tumbling and turning in a dance of forgotten fears and secret shames. A bell chimed, a hollow, lonely sound. A woman stood in the doorway, her frame trembling. Lydia had been walking for 3 days, carrying a secret that was beginning to crack her ribs. She looked at the glowing blue jars and felt a wave of cold dread wash over her. "They say you take the things that cannot be whispered," Lydia said, her voice barely a thread. Elias leaned over the glass counter, his eyes hidden in the shadow of his hat. He didn't ask what it was. He knew that in Oakhaven, everyone had a shadow that didn't belong to them. Elias reached beneath the counter and pulled out a jar. It was empty, a hollow vessel of cobalt glass that felt colder than ice. He set it down between them. The glass seemed to thirsty, pulling at the light in the room until the shadows around them grew longer and sharper. Lydia closed her eyes. She thought of the moment she wanted gone, the words she had said that could never be unsaid. As she breathed out, a wisp of ink-black smoke escaped her lips. It didn't rise. It crawled toward the open jar, pulled by an invisible tide. The shadow entered the jar with a hiss like steam on hot iron. Elias quickly pressed a cork into the top, sealing it tight. Inside, the shadow lashed out against the glass, a frantic, swirling storm of dark ribbons. Lydia gasped, her chest suddenly light, suddenly empty. "It is done," Elias whispered. He turned away and began to climb the rolling wooden ladder that hugged the tall shelves. He found a small gap between a jar of old regrets and broken promises. He slid Lydia's secret into its place, and the blue glow swallowed it whole. Lydia left without a word, her footsteps silent on the wet pavement. Elias sat in his high-backed chair, listening to the muffled thrum of 1,000 captured shadows. He was the keeper, and in the silence of the blue light, he wondered if the city was getting lighter, or if he was simply sinking deeper into the dark,